Hi guys, I'm SmartFan3. Well, tomorrow's that day again. It is Oscar night tomorrow, and I'm here to give you my predictions of what I think will win the Oscar, as well as what I think should win, and as well as what I think should have been nominated in certain categories. So now wait, let's get this started. First, I'm gonna get the other categories out of the way first. Live action short film. I believe that DeKalb Elementary is going to win that. Foreign language film, Fantastic Woman. Documentary feature is going to go to Icarus. And best documentary short will go to Edith and Eddie. And animated short film, Dear Basketball, because Academy Award winner Kobe Bryant. I'm getting those out of the way because I don't know too much about those categories. They don't really mean much to me. But let's get to the other ones that do mean to me. First off, okay, I'm gonna go through these real quick. For sound editing and sound mixing, I believe Dunkirk will win both those categories, and I believe they are the most deserving of those categories. And I got no problems with both categories there. So that's done there for sound editing. Sound editing and sound mixing, both will go to Dunkirk. I believe that. All right, best film editing. I believe it's going to go to Baby Driver. I'm so happy Baby Driver won the BAFTA for Best Film Editing, and it was a tie for the Critics' Choice Awards between Baby Driver and Dunkirk. It could go to Dunkirk though, but as of now, I'm placing my bets that Best Film Editing will go to Baby Driver, and I think it's the most deserving. I think that is the best edited film of the year. I believe Baby Driver will win this one. So, Best Film Editing, my prediction is going to go to Baby Driver. Okay, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, there's no competition. Darkest Hour is going to win. And I have no problem with that at all because this is the most deserving of the nominees. Gary Oldman truly disappears under that makeup where I don't see him. I actually see Winston Churchill. And we'll get to more on Gary Oldman later. So I believe best makeup will go to Darkest Hour. Okay, best costume design. All right. And it's going to go to Phantom Thread because it's a movie, well, basically about, costumes. And in all honesty, I actually did have the pleasure of seeing Phantom Thread. So I can make my official best of 2017. And you know what? It deserves to be my best of 2017. It is definitely one of Paul Thomas Anderson's best films and one of Dan Day-Lewis's best performances. A great swan song, if it is supposed to be his final film. And it's actually a terrific film. I love it so much. And it is the most deserving of that category. So I believe Phantom Thread will win it, and it deserves it too. And now we go to Best Production Design. Now, I believe that Blade Runner 2049 is the most deserving of that category because it's so futuristic. It is such a beautiful looking world. However, I believe it's going to go to The Shape of Water, which I won't mind at all because The Shape of Water also has some really good sets. And it really captured the time period. I believe Shape of Water will win that category. All right, next got Best Score. Now, I believe Hans Zimmer deserves it the most for Dunkirk. That is one of his best scores of all time. It's in my top 5 Hans Zimmer scores. However, Alexander Desplat will win his second Oscar with The Shape of Water. And that would be my second pick because The Shape of Water has beautiful music. It really captured the feel of the film. I love it so much. Love The Shape of Water score. Alexander Desplat, one of our best composers. It's going to go to The Shape of Water, even though I think Dunkirk deserves it. All right, best cinematography. I believe this will be the year that Roger Deakins will finally win his Oscar. He has been nominated like 14 times, and he should have won for The Shawshank Redemption. And he has not won an Oscar, but I believe this will be his year because Blade Runner 2049 is without doubt one of the best looking films I've ever seen. And Roger Deakins has been sweeping it, and I believe this will be his year. This will be the year that he finally wins the Oscar. So I'm hoping Deakins will break that curse. Tomorrow will be the day Deakins will break that curse. He'll finally be able to win that Oscar. So I'm predicting Roger Deakins will win. Finally. All right. Next, you got the Best Animated Feature. Now, even though I'm really pissed that Lego Batman movie should have been nominated, and especially over The Boss Baby. Even I haven't seen The Boss Baby. I've heard nothing but mediocre things about it, though. However, though, I finally had the pleasure. Finally, saw Coco. I got the Blu-ray. Coco is a beautiful Pixar film. One of Pixar's best. I believe Coco deserves it the most. Mostly because I don't know the other. Well, last year wasn't exactly a great year for animation, wasn't it? So it's no competition. It's going to go to Coco. And it rightfully deserves it too. Coco deserves it, even though I think Lego Batman should have been nominated. All right, next we'll move on to Best Original Song. Now, it could go either way. It could go to either Remember Me from Coco or This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, which, by the way, I finally saw The Greatest Showman. Probably the most underrated movie of 2017. I think both are really deserving songs, but what I think deserves the most is Remember Me, because that's a pretty heartfelt song. And I believe it will go to Remember Me, despite what the Golden Globes said about This Is Me. The Golden Globes, pick a lot of songs that don't win the Oscar. I believe Remember Me will still win this Oscar. So yeah, my prediction goes to Remember Me from Coco, and it's deserving, and it's the most deserving as well. Okay, now we move on to best visual effects. Okay, I believe Blade Runner 2049 is the most deserving. Now, and the cinematography certainly helped, make these special effects look alive. There's another great aspect to it with the cinematography. The visual effects is great, especially with that Elvis scene, the bar fight scene with Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford, and you have Elvis playing. That was absolutely terrific. That was just flawless visual effects. I believe that is the most deserving. I believe that will win. Well, I think should have been nominated, though, even though I think Kong Skull Island is a pretty underrated film, I don't think the special effects, well, Kong looks great. Everything else looks at best. Especially when Shape of Water should have been nominated over Kong Skull Island. It's such a crime, really. Shape of Water has the most nominations, yet doesn't get an obvious one like Best Visual Effects, really. Or Best Makeup. You fucking kidding me? But, yeah, I believe, anyway, I believe Blade Runner will win, and I believe is the most deserving of the nominees. All right. Next, we move on to Best Original Screenplay. Now, what I think is the most deserving, I believe Greta Gerwig deserves it the most, because Lady Bird is such an original and fantastic coming-of-age story. One of the best coming-of-age films I've ever seen. I love the screenplay so much. However, I believe that Mark McDonagh is going to win his second Oscar. Yeah, you bet you didn't know he didn't win an Oscar? Yeah, he won an Oscar for a short film a long time ago, before he made In Bruges. Yeah, just, the more you know. But yeah, it went up some because Three Billboards Outside of Missouri is a terrific screenplay. It is hilarious. It is well-paced. And I believe that Martin McDonagh truly deserves it. Even though I think Greta Gerwig is the most deserving of those nominees. Martin McDonagh is my prediction for original screenplay. All right, next we got the Best Adapted Screenplay. Okay, even though I am so ecstatic that we got some superhero love from the Academy, the bias is slowly fading away from those old fucks. I still think the most deserving of the nominees is Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber for their hilarious, fantastic screenplay with The Disaster Artist. However, I will say that James Ivory will win the Oscar, which he did a great job with writing Call Me By Your Name. And it's been a while since I've seen James Ivory make a film. Really good director. Makes a lot of great period pieces like Howard's End and The Rains of the Day and Room with a View. And James Ivory will be like the oldest winner of the screenplay categories. So I believe that James Ivory will win his first Oscar tomorrow, even though I think Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber deserve it. Okay. Next, we'll move on to Best Director. Now, I really want Christopher Nolan to win his first Oscar for Dunkirk. But, in all honesty, it's going to go to Guillermo del Toro because Guillermo del Toro is just as deserving, though. He would also be my pick for that for Best Director, because The Shape of Water is a magnificent looking film, and Guillermo del Toro directed the shit out of that. So my prediction is going to be Guillermo del Toro, although I want Christopher Nolan to win. I hope Christopher Nolan wins tomorrow, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. Okay, now let's move on to Best Supporting Actress. Now, I think Laurie Metcalf is the most deserving of the nominees, because I love her so much in Lady Bird. She's like one of the best moms ever on film. However, I believe it's going to go to Allison Janney for I, Tonya, which I wouldn't be mad about at all, because Allison Janney did a terrific job in that movie. She's such a bitchy mother, yet she's just so mesmerizing to watch. So yeah, I'm predicting Allison Janney's gonna win, even though I want Laurie Metcalf to win. Okay, now let's move on to Best Supporting Actor. Now, even though I would, Woody Harrelson was great in Three Billboards Outside in Missouri, but however, I think Patrick Stewart should have been nominated there for Logan. Since you nominated Logan for a type of screenplay, I figured they should nominate also Patrick Stewart for Best Supporting Actor as well. But that being said, though, what I think is the most deserving of the nominees is Willem Dafoe in The Florida Project. I thought Willem Dafoe was absolutely terrific in that film. But I believe it's going to go to Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Which I wouldn't be mad at all, because Sam Rockwell is so terrific in that film. The first half, you see this mean side of him, but then the second half of the film, there's a little something different to him. Not gonna give it away though, but I believe Sam Rockwell will win, and wouldn't upset me because he'll be just as deserving as Willem Dafoe. Okay, now let's move on to Best Actress. Now, even though I love Saoirse Ronan and Lady Bird so much, there is no other woman that is more deserving than Frances McDormand in Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and I believe she will win her second Oscar. This is her best performance since Fargo. I cannot wait to see Frances McDormand win her second Oscar tomorrow. She is absolutely terrific in Three Billboards. So yeah, she is the most deserving, and she's also my prediction for Best Actress. Now, for Best Actor, I'm still upset that, even though I haven't seen the film, I've heard nothing but, mediocre things about it, though, that Denzel Washington is, nominated for Roman J. Israel Esquire. Yeah, really? Okay, so he gets nominated for a Dan Gilroy film, but not a certain someone who should have been nominated for a Dan Gilroy film. Okay, I still can't get over that. Anyway, James Franco should have been nominated instead for The Disaster Artist, because I actually don't see James Franco. I see Tommy Wiseau. So I don't know why he didn't get nominated there. Yeah, I know the allegations, even though they're not really confirmed. But either way, James Franco really deserves to be in there. But anyway, even James Franco was nominated. My pick for Best Actor, as well as my prediction, is still Gary Oldman in Darkest Hour. I cannot wait for the day when Gary Oldman finally wins that Oscar, because he is absolutely terrific in Darkest Hour. This might be his best performance since Leon the Professional or Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Gary Oldman's one of my favorite actors, and I'm really so pumped to see him finally win that Oscar tomorrow. And he's really well deserved, because he truly disappears in that makeup, where again, I don't see Gary Oldman, I see Winston Churchill. So I believe Gary Oldman will win that Oscar tomorrow, and that is the most deserving of the nominees. All right, now we move on to the final one, Best Picture. Now, I believe that Dunkirk deserves it the most out of all the nominees. However, I believe it's going to go to Three Billboards Outside in Missouri. It's been winning a lot of other awards. Now, it could go to The Shape of Water because it won the Producers Guild Award as well as the Critics' Choice. However, Three Billboards won the Golden Globe as well as the BAFTA. It's really kind of a toughie here, but I still say that the Three Billboards is going to win this one, because it's going to win Best Original Screenplay. I believe it will win Best Picture as well, and as well as some acting categories. I believe it will win Best Picture. Now, Guillermo del Toro winning Best Director could mean that Shape of Water could win Best Picture as well. But however, I believe that Three Billboards is going to win that, and I won't be mad at all, because Three Billboards is a terrific film, one of the most original films of the year. And Martin McDonagh, he is 3 for 3, man. I cannot wait to see what he does next. Now, what I think should have been added though, considering the lackluster nominations the Post got, I don't even know why I got Best Picture in the first place. Would have taken that out, replaced it with Blade Runner 2049. Oh, and filmed that last spot with Logan as well. That's what I would have done. And boom, we get a perfect Best Picture list. Now, those are my predictions, guys. Did I miss a category? I might have missed some categories. Put in the comments below if I ever missed any categories. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For hearing my Oscar predictions, and comment down below what are your Oscar predictions for tomorrow. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sumar Fan 3, and back to Kingdom Hearts.